So there'll be moments that I'll be privileged to translate her into English. But I really think anyone in the world should meet Rebeca. If you ever have an opportunity, regardless if you speak Spanish or not, to have her as a coach or as a one-on-one mentor, or have her work with your children, it doesn't matter what language your children speak. She truly, I'm going to say this, she is the spirit whisper of parenting, of general parenting. She's the spirit whisper of parenting. She's a spirit whisperer, which is another another term coined by Chick Morman. But she's the spirit whisperer, not only of conscious parenting, but also for children and their future. So welcome, Rebe.
Wow. Thank you very much for this presentation. I feel honored for being here. And when I was listening to you, all what you said, I was thinking, wow, is so many things. Thank God I enjoy all that things. So I can say it's not a job, it's a life path. Thank you.
Yes, and I know it's a life path, and and you have a reverence for that. But today you have a great theme for us. And so what are we going to talk about? Because I think this is a theme that is needed more than ever in humanity, especially after the pandemic, the virus, and all that is going on. And there's always going to be something happening in humanity. So tell us about the topic of the day, and then share with us what you have to share about it. And if needed, I'll translate you when you need that.
Yes, I choose to speak in this episode about how to build peace within the family. Because why building? Because it's been destroyed. So many people doesn't know how to live in peace. So many children don't know the peace in their homes. Is the main place where they are abused by words, abused by behaviors from the parents, and it looks like it's the normal in the society. And for me, this is something to take action, because it's not normal to treat with violence to the children, and it's not normal to treat with violence for each person. That is not normal, but we see that like normal, and it is not. It is the time when the human being reach the conscious to realize how many violence we live in every day. And I think it's important to name it.
Yes.
It's not normal you yell to your children.
I love this, Rebe. I love this because, oh, wow. I got to go with the first part you said. It's being destroyed. The theme of that Rebecca brings us, and remember, she's an expert on this. She's not only someone that took a certification. She's not only someone that, it has the good image in the world, and and the good Instagram and the good words. She lives this. Her daughter Sofia. I want to tell you again. Listen to the podcast of Sofia Montero and Rebeca Montero of Sovereign Futures. We probably will add the link here too, so you can listen to that. That's the evidence of the words of Rebe. But I love what Rebecca just said, that it's being destroyed, the peace in the family. The theme is, kind of restoring the peace in the families. And it's being destroyed by the media, and it's being destroyed by what she just mentioned. We have made normal a parent yelling to a child. It's not normal. And children now, with the pandemic and everything, sometimes leaving homes, being abused. And I love that you said these words, by words or by behaviors or by yelling. It is not normal. Children are the future citizens of humanity. In order for them to grow into respectful adults, they got to be respected. So I love that you mentioned this, Rebe, because it's not mentioned. People are ignoring it. Oh, she yelled, or it's normal, or, they are overwhelmed. Well, yeah, but, and I know the parents had a lot of challenges and they probably were treated like that when they were children. But I think that narrative of, wounded people wound people, I think we need to change that. So please share more.
Yes, exactly. It's time to change. The gift of 2020, the last year, is become aware of what is happening at home, because you stay at home. Everybody stay at home for many weeks, months, almost a year, and you can realize if you like your life, if you like your husband or your wife, if you like the way you treat your children, if you like the behaviors of your children or doesn't like, you can realize what is happening. It's easy to put attention in other things when you are going outside to work and taking the children to school, taking the children to extra classes in the afternoon and going fast. You cannot stop and watch what is happening. But in 2020, you be able to stop and watch. Where are your family? Where are you in your family? How many times you expend being anger? And the most of the people could realize where they are and what will you do with this. It's the moment of change. If you don't like the way you are living your life in your family, it's the moment to take action and change. You cannot say, well, my parents treat me like that and look at me, I am fine. No, you are not fine, because you are yelling, you are angry almost the time. You don't like your work, you don't like what you're doing, and you are passing that to your children, and is starting all over again. It's the time to change. It's the time to evolve. It's time to take action and take responsibility of what you are doing with your children. It's not fault of your children. If you don't like a behavior of your children, look what is your behavior. If your children yell, look if you are yelling. How many times a day you are yelling. If your children doesn't commitment with something, look where you are not commitment with your job. How many times you say, I hate my job. I don't like this day. Oh, it's raining. Wow. Oh, it's many hot. What you are doing, the children is learning from you. You are the model of your children, how to be a man, how to be a woman, how to be a parent, how to be a husband or wife. You are the model. They are learning from you. So if you don't like something about your children, look at you. What are you doing? And you will discover that your children is having that behavior because of you.
Wow, I love that. The behaviors that we don't like of our children are a mirror of the behaviors that we're not looking at in ourselves or in someone else in the family. I love this so much, Rebe, because, and by the way, I call her Rebe. If those of you listening, it's Rebecca, but I also call her Rebe. I love this so much because we really need, you know what? Rebe is really she's not a doctor, but she's like a doctor. She can diagnose the parents, she can diagnose the children, and she can diagnose the behaviors and bring solutions to that. But it's so important what she's mentioning. I love the fact that you said 2020 the gift was taking a look, what you like of yourself, how you treat your children, you like your partner, you don't like your partner, to come to truth. Kind of 2020 was the year to come to truth, to see what's really there. And I love your invitation for people. It's time to change, but not only in words. And I know that words are super powerful, but they got to take action. So walk us through, Rebe, maybe through one, two, or three things that parents can start doing today to help their children, not only be empowered, but also to begin to be the change in the house. I love that you created the moment the peace begins at home. But now this is kind like to restoring peace in the family. Peace needs to start in ourselves. So give us a couple of tips, maybe two or three that people can implement, especially parents, because remember what Reba said. She said, your children are not at fault. They are not the culprit of your challenges. The children are your children for a reason, for you to lead them, to guide them. So give us some tips, Reba, that parents can start doing right now. Where do they start, actually? Where do they begin?
The first step for me is to recognize you need to change. Recognize this is, I don't like how is the way we are passing the day by day. I don't like that my children don't want to talk to me. I don't like when I wake up, I am angry the first time in the morning. So recognize, where are you? Where are you? And don't say, no, we are a beautiful family. We are a beautiful relationship between us. Recognize, where are you? Is the first step. Is accept where are you, and recognize. Okay, you can start to make a list. What I don't like about my children. It's not what is wrong with my children, because it's nothing wrong with your children. It's what you do not like about your children. So make a list. So then you can see what is don't like about me. It is it is the first step, but it is something you need to be honest with you, and you really, really want to change. And the first step is acceptance. Where I am, I'm here. Okay, I don't like this. I don't like when my children don't want to eat. I don't like when my children is doing a tantrum. I don't like when my children don't want to study. Okay, then look at you. What don't like about you? Be honest, because we cannot do any change if we don't recognize where are we. It's something I learned from you. Know your numbers, and now is where I am, and you can do an inventory about, well, my relationship with my daughter, my relationship with my son, my relationship with my partner, and you can put a qualification and where are you. And then when you realize, okay, I need help, and it is okay to ask for help. So then second step, recognize your emotions, because mostly we don't do this pause to recognize, I am angry, I am sad, I am I don't feel good right now. If you don't do that pause, your children will manifest that you don't name. And start to name it, start to say, yes, I am angry. So then your children say, oh, it's my mom anger. And what I am watching, when I am looking in the verbal body, is match with what is saying. She's mad and she looks mad. That is the name, okay. And then the children don't feel that immediately you release your children of that anger. It was clear what I said, Yvonne.
Oh my gosh, I'm making so much notes. I've known Rebecca for so many years, and I'm still learning from her. This is so clear, and I think I love the differentiation. I have my notes here that you made about, like, make a list of the behaviors you don't like about your child. It's not that you don't like your child. It's like the differentiation of like, this is not your child. It's not,